Nyanza is a large province. It is the area in which the Great Lake Victoria flows from. This lake is the source of the Great River Nile, and indeed, it provides the source of livelihood for the vast majority of the inhabitants. Many of them are fishermen and traders. Another large segment of the communities in the province does small-scale agriculture and business. Despite having great resources, such as the lake and the huge expanse of land for agricultural use, many of the inhabitants are unable to tap into these great resources due to lack of business capital. That is why the Rural Integrated Solidarity Empowerment Trust, fondly known by its acronym RISE, was established to empower its members through access of funds, business training, and indeed transfer of appropriate technology to the vulnerable communities in the region. RISE is a national trust with an integrated strategy for development through empowerment of its members.
I was registered in June 2005. Our main aim was to have something that we could lean on to be able to set up a rural microfinance to serve mainly the women. So it was started by 4 women. That is Unita, myself, and then 2 other ladies, Professor Jacqueline Odwol and Francesca Owor, both of Nairobi. But mainly the 2 of us, Unita and myself, we have been on the ground doing the day-to-day running of activities. I started off as the trustee treasurer, but then as we started writing proposals and then we got possible funding agencies, it was found that we needed somebody to take on finance, and I could not dabble in both as a trustee and then finance manager, because that would be conflict of interest and therefore a hindrance to good governance. So I was asked to step down, basically because the idea of Rasme had already been born and it had already attracted possible funding.
This empowerment is carried out in agricultural, micro-enterprise and social development programs. It has a big vision of becoming a leading organization in empowering the rural community to strengthen their economic base, advancing their status, dignity, and thus enabling them to live beyond hunger and poverty. The RISE Trust has established a savings and credit cooperative society dubbed Rasme.
We wanted to start a microfinance, but then the Microfinance Act came into force. We realized it locked us out because, one, we could not raise the 20 million deposit required by central bank and all those other preliminaries that you need to set up a microfinance. So we looked for an appropriate act that would help us still achieve our mission, and the possible act that we found would help our situation was the cooperative. And it was registered, I think, on 27th of April 2007. Then come 2007 June, we got the first donor visit that felt that the idea was they could give it a chance and support it. That was Oxfam Novib. So after we defended the proposal to do the Rasme, they gave us a chance for 2 years. They accepted to give us funding worth 250,000 euros over a period of 26 months. And that one was going to help us start off giving loans and also to pay the field staff.
Girango Hotel in Migori, one of the towns in Nyanza province, was the venue of the 2009 Rasme First Annual General Meeting. The workshop took place on 10th of September 2009. The management team organized several sessions of group sharing and discussion.
We were seeing that it was sometimes, the members are saying it is sometimes very painful for a member to default and then you become responsible.
780. Balance is 191,520.
Before you is Councillor Margaret Owuya from Ngura Self-Help Group as the group secretary, and here I'm representing the group chairperson.
Luala Kibiribi ilianzishwa mwaka 2005 late. Members tulianza kama tuko members 10. Sasa hivi tuko 39 in total.
The group name is Sanglakanam, started in the year 2006. The name was changed to be Rabkan Self-Help Group with 35 registered members. 15 members have registered with Rice Trust.
Nimefika hapa kwa niaba ya group ya Favor Self-Help Group. I am the chairman of that group. District, tunatoka Rachuonyo district. Total of members 7 in total. This time we have 10 members.
I'm Rosemary Achieng from Gungu Center Beta Women Group. The group was started in the year 2006 and it's a registered group. It's in Rachuonyo, which is by now North Karachuonyo. The total number of group members from that time we started was 26 members. As per now, we have 10 members who have registered as Rasme members, of which we are just 3 months old since we entered the program.
Kwa majina naitwa Ezra Ukelo Buya, natoka Nyamanga Self-Help Group. Shares zao ni 1,131,295. Loan ambayo wameshapata ni 11,770.
Rasme works through action groups. These groups come together with the objectives of empowering their members to greater economic stability with the overall objective of poverty alleviation. The members share their experiences and skills with the rest of the participants.
Some water tanks or improve on our dams. Down there we use dams in getting water, that we can get some dams down there, dug for them.
We are doing the cassava planting. We have the aloe vera. By now we have the 2,000 seedlings on the farms. We have the merry-go-rounds and we have a he-goat for upgrading. We also do the VS and L, village savings and lonely, within our group members.
Watu wa Homa Bay pia wameamua membership fee iwe 300. Sawa. Na renewal iwe 100 every year.
Rasme empowers the small and micro enterprises through the following ways: micro enterprise development training, management of member savings in the form of shares, capacity building training in leadership, group dynamics, and business management skills. Rasme also disburses various loans such as business, emergency, and school fees loans to its members.
Na tumesikia ya kwamba pia hiyo pesa ni ile yako na yake na sisi wote pamoja ndio tumeweka ili tuweze kupeana loans. Sasa saa zile mtu anakosa kulipa, si anapunguza ile kiasi chako ya kiwango chako umeweka pale. Alafu ile ingine naye.
Rasme has managed to register some achievements. It has attracted a membership base of 1,835 members. 75% of these are women, while the balance of 25% are men. members have contributed a total of Kenya shillings 5.6 million as shares. Rasme has also disbursed Kenya shillings 12.9 million as loans. The repayments of these loans continue on a monthly basis.
From Good Friends Women Group, Rachuonyo District, we joined the Rice Trust in 2009. Shares 61,100. Total disbursed 180,700. Loan repaid 69,678. Loan balance.
Despite the remarkable achievements, Rasme has encountered several challenges in executing its vision. Transport to access the members by field officers is a key challenge owing to the remoteness of the locations. The proper roads are not available and they have to use bicycle and other means. The brutal post-election violence which hit Kenya in the early 2007 affected the society from carrying on with the daily activities for close to 4 months.
I go through to look at, for example, field days. Some of them are so far to an extent that I have to wake up so early and travel long distances. And the members there are expecting me to be there at about around 8. And myself, I have to walk. Sometimes it is so hard, but I normally try to ensure that I reach on time.
And I'm a field work officer in Rice in Kuria East District.
What are some of the challenges that you have been facing in Kuria East?
Some of the challenges, I think there was clans conflict, so sometimes I do not get good time to visit the groups.
Yeah, and also we have a group which has been trained, and now what they are doing screen printing. Even these t-shirts you are seeing is from one of our youth groups. Yeah, and we have other groups which are practicing poultry and also horticulture.
Our members, they've gotten loans, and those loans have helped them in improving their businesses.
We talked to some of the members and they had this to say concerning Rasme.
Tangu tujiunge na Rice tumefanikiwa sana. Kwa upande wa fedha tunachukuanga mkopo kutoka kwao. Watoto wetu wanasoma. Vile sisi tunafaidika sana kwa ajili ya Rice.
Tunafundishwa kuweka pesa ama jinsi utakapotumia pesa ili unapata kidogo. Bado tunaomba tupate hata watoto waende shuleni.
Hata pile tulikuja kwa semina, tuliona semina ni nzuri. Sasa tuendelee na mnaisha wengine, hata watoto wadogo waingie kwa Rais. Toka mbele tutapata mafanikio. Tutakuwa tunapata mafanikio mengi mno.
Waendelee na tuna kujikaza, watusaidie ili hiyo umaskini tutoe.
Rise and shine. The future is clearly bright for Rasme. The Rice Trust Management appeals to all well-wishers and donors to come forth and assist the cooperative in empowering its members to fight poverty so that we can have a better Kenya.
Rice Trust is Rural Integrated Solidarity Empowerment Trust. We are operating in 5 districts, former 5 districts, that is Migori, Kuria, Rachuonyo, Suba, Homa Bay, and this district are now divided in other small districts. And now we are extending to those new districts and we are responding to the needs of the people. Rural Integrated Solidarity Empowerment Trust, which is RICE, was started as a result of the demand of the poor rural people who really don't have access to the financial organizations like the banks. They cannot reach banks. They are living far away from banks, and most of them are illiterate people.
These people cannot access their accounts, they cannot access the banks, they cannot go, and mostly the women are not access to any facilities of finance because they don't own, and especially in the Luo area, women does not own anything. They don't own land, they don't own properties. Whatever they have in the home belongs to the husband. Same with Kuria. Koreans women are not exposed and they are not allowed. Formerly, they were not even allowed to go to the banks because banks, they believed that bank is for men. We have started educating these women within their areas. They cannot travel to further places because they don't have transport. And in some areas, they are not access to main roads. It is not easy for them to go to these roads and access. So we go to them, to their respective areas. We educate them on business management. We educate them on skills on how to take care of their families. We are also trying to help them have access to their own vegetables, which means they must have a kitchen garden, and this kitchen garden is helping them to take care of the families who are around them. So whatever we are giving them as a credit or as a loan, they are not supposed to spend this money in buying what they can get within their lands. And these are some of the activities we are carrying out.